All right, we're ready to begin today's Michigan City Police Civil Service Commission, Wednesday, November 13, 2019. Determination of quorum, roll call members.
Commissioner Buda?
Here.
Commissioner Plisky?
Here.
Commissioner Palmer?
Here. And we want to welcome the new administration, Chief Campbell. Hello. Chief Cooney.
Sure.
And Chief Ashley.
Hello.
Welcome aboard to our meetings.
Yes, thank you.
Our meetings don't last very long, but feel free to jump anytime and you guys want to jump in as well.
Okay.
First item of business, the approval of minutes. If we could do it all in motion of October 9th, regular meeting, October 10th, regular or special meeting, October 26th, special meeting, all in one motion.
I'll move we accept all the minutes as written.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Buda, second by Commissioner Plisky. Comments or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, applicants in process. We do not have any in polygraph. Chief, there's 5 that are in background investigations, and I'm not sure where they are. If you want to, somebody update us on that?
They will be completed the end of November. November 29th, they'll be turned into me, and then I will get them to you as soon as I have them.
Okay. Okay. Questions on that from the board? Okay. Pension board met yesterday on the 9 applicants that we have. It's my understanding they all passed perf. The forms were all signed to be sent back to perf for final approval. And I think you had a question on one, but we'll talk about that in our meeting after this meeting.
Okay.
If you want to.
Very good.
Rather than do it on camera. So I handed out a sheet of the current manpower. Good morning, sir. And right now, as of today, our record should be we're too short, correct? Mm-hmm. of the budgeted amount.
Yes, sir.
We're having 5 retirements in 2020 and 1 in 2021. I was also told there's another one in February of 21, which I don't have on there. And then we do have an unknown status of 1 that's on medical leave. But having said that, the 9 applicants that we have sent to perf will fill those slots, so we're good there. It'll be, the future one would be for the one that's going to retire in 2 of 21, and the unknown status of the medical person that we may have to hire for. We'll wait to hear from the chief on those later, on what's that's happening. And that's part of those 5 backgrounds that they're working on now, that are start filling those slots. So we are still in the motion of getting these slots filled. Questions on that?
Mr. President, I have a question. Yep. So what you're saying is the 9 that have passed perf
Yep.
will all be hired to replace the 7 that are going to retire plus the 2 shortages we presently have?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
so all 9 that have passed perf will be used up. So we're covered until 2/21 right now.
Correct. Now,
But we can't hire the 2 for 21 yet, can we?
we have 3 on military leave this year, and the mayor has authorized us to be able to go ahead and hire somebody to fill the slot for the 21 people,
Okay.
so that they're ready to go, starting to work when they'll be through the academy now, the 1 year, and when that person leaves, so everything will work out fine.
Plus, we still have an eligibility list.
Correct. We still have 5 more on the eligibility list, so numbers wise, we're good right now, unless we have more planning on retirement that we're not aware of. Now, one of the applicants in perf that we did pass hasn't responded back to us, but we're still going to be okay filling the slots, so we're okay on that. I don't think he's interested anymore because he has failed to contact me on 2 different occasions, as well as Sergeant Havlin has made several attempts to contact him, as well as Sergeant Yagelski. So I tend to think that he's withdrawn his offer, which he failed to tell us. Questions? I know it's a lot. Okay. Probationary officer reports. Does somebody have the reports?
For the probationary officer.
We were supposed to have heard from Sergeant Drake.
He did forward them to me, yes.
Okay.
They're all on schedule.
Okay.
The You have the 5 at the academy. They'll be back here towards the end of December, and they will be going to the shifts promptly. The 2 that are on probation now are on schedule. They will actually be transitioning. They're both on the day shift for now. One will be moving to afternoons to begin phase 3, and then Officer Lewis will be staying on days for another month, and then they'll be flip-flopping in December until they leave for the academy in January. They'll leave January 13th, I believe, is their first day at the academy.
Okay. Questions on the probationary officer reports?
I have none.
No, I have none.
Item D is the past performances. Chief, we had a discussion if maybe we could start working on those so that by mid-December we could have them turned in. And if there's any change from mid-December to end of December, we can make it, but so that we can be on time with the promotions in January, so we're not lagging.
Okay.
Normally, this thing drags out 2 months, so if we don't get on it now, we're doing it in mid-March,
Yeah.
and we're trying to get it done sooner.
Yeah, that's understood. The communication has already been put forth by Chief Cooney, and he's on top of that, so we
Okay.
hope to have it as soon as possible.
Good luck with that one.
Yeah.
We heard the same thing the last time. so.
Okay.
There's always something that causes it to be delayed even further. All right, so that way we can be on schedule then when we do the promotions in January. And you already are aware of what that looks like, so
Yes.
I mean, nothing should change. We did the mix and we put in numbers, what ifs, scenarios, what's the worst case scenario, and it still stayed the same, so we should be okay in that. Questions on that? New business, correspondence.
Yes, I have a letter from Chief Swistek regarding a personal matter. Email from Chief Swistek congratulating Officer Adam Brinkman for being named Officer of the Year for the Mission City Exchange Club for 2019, and Corporal Francisco Rodriguez for being selected to receive the Police Officer of the Year / Service Before Self Award from the Rotary Club for 2019. He also congratulated Corporal Jeff Piotrowski and Corporal Kyle Shaparsky for being recognized and nominated for these awards. Copies of letters from Chief Swistek to probationary officers Isaac Murray and Mark Galletti for completing 1 year of service on October 15th of this year, and requesting they be removed from probationary status and classified as first class patrolman effective October 15th this year. Have a letter from Corporal Glasgow. Communication from Chief Campbell to all officers, and claims to be paid totaling $1,861 even. That's all.
I need a motion to pay the claims totaling $1,861.
I'll move we pay the claims.
And I second it.
Motion by Commissioner Buda, second by Commissioner Plisky. Comments or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We also need to remove Isaac Murray and Mark Galletti from probationary status and classify them as first-class patrolmen effective October 15th. Need a motion for that.
Also move.
And I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Buda, second by Commissioner Plisky. Comments or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Promotional exam for 2020. The rules and regulations state it's to be held the first 2 weeks in November. Those are the 2 dates that we have available. I would suggest that we pick the earlier date, the 11/5, so we can do the oral test in December and not have that drug out as well, and get them all done before the year end. If that's okay?
Yeah.
And what we'll do is Chief will give you the times you can post, because they start picking vacations for next year. That date is the only date for the test, so they have to make sure they keep that open for them if they plan on taking the test.
Okay.
And I'll get you signs that you can hang it. I did talk to the gentleman that did the test last year, Pat Murray. He's going into semi-retirement, but the guy that helped him last year is taking over. He's a former chief of Valpo Police Department and also with the academy. And so he's going to sit down with us next month and go over his goals and what they're looking at, and start formulating a test for next year as well. And Pat's still going to help him in this process, so he's not going to be doing it all alone. But Pat doesn't want full-time, he wants to be retired, semi-retired. I understand. He's been doing it for years. So we'll be setting it up for the next meeting. Any other new business? No, we'll move on to Chief Campbell.
I'll just say this quickly. We've been in the midst of a transfer and transition period, and I think that it's gone very well. I think all three of us are happy with the way that the last administration has accommodated us and helped us to move into these positions. The two assistant chiefs have been working extremely hard. From the moment we were put in place, they have been working anywhere between 8.5 to about 10 hours a day, and making sure that things get done. And we're very pleased with that. One of the things that we had to do was make sure that our department was stabilized after the set of circumstances that we have found ourselves in. And what that has entailed is a lot of personal one-on-one engagements, building relationships, making sure that we maintain the officers that we have and giving them assurances of the direction that we're getting ready to go in. So I think that the transition period has been very, very good. I think the two choices for assistant chief was right on point. Both of them garner respect from the department, and they're very knowledgeable and very smart. And I think that there's a good feel, despite the circumstances that we find ourselves in, there's a very good feel in the department that everything is stabilized. And I wanted to really articulate that to you. And we're doing our best to maintain the officers that we have now, and in the process of thinking of innovative ways to begin to bring more officers in.
I can't agree more. It's worked out well. We appreciate, your hard work that's been going on. I know you've been inundated, so we've stayed away because we want you to do your part of your job, and then we'll help you in any way we can.
Yeah.
We appreciate that, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
All right, so anything else you want to talk about?
We've got a couple projects going on. The NIPSCO transmission project, and that's important to us because they're upgrading their transmission towers, and there creates a possibility of some serious injuries if something goes wrong. So that'll be in our city. It's already ongoing, and we're collaborating with them in that project. And also, we're going to put new solar panels on the department on the roof. And that project will be beginning November 20th and it'll last to December 30th. It's going to cause us some difficulties, but when it's done, it's supposed to make us more energy efficient. And it'll cause us to shut down a couple of areas for a period of time. But I think that those are going to be very major upgrades for us and help to save us some money with this building. And that'll be all I have at this time.
Okay. Chief Cooney?
Primarily, main objectives right now are the shift staffing for 2020. We are working out that diligently, as well as vehicle transfers and who's going to be moving where. I applaud you guys for getting us the help that we need for all the background investigations and the hiring process. As we already look forward to the next 6 months, it's going to be challenging to have all the positions that we need filled. So we're working on that. I will have those backgrounds for you for the next meeting. I'll have them to you November 29th. That's all I have right now.
All right, thank you. Chief Ashley?
Well, I just want to applaud you guys for hanging in there as well, because I know that this is a transition for all of us. So we do appreciate you guys always being there, and answering the emails and answering the calls. We've been really fortunate to have a good set of people that we work with that will constantly pick up the phone when we call. And because we don't have all of the answers at this point, and I'm not sure that we'll ever have all of the answers, but we're striving to move forward and to make sure that we are doing this not only for the department and the men and women that we love to serve with, but also the community. We're becoming a family again, and I think that is important.
Thank you. Let's see, Division of Professional Standards not here. Commissioner comments?
I'd just like to congratulate the three chiefs and keep up the good work that you've initiated. I'd also like to congratulate Officer Brinkman and Rodriguez on their awards, and to Officer Murray and Galletti for becoming first-class patrolman. Good job.
I also congratulate the three chiefs. You got a lot of work ahead of you. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Also, congratulations to the officers that won their awards and got off probation.
I would probably echo their comments as well, but again, the administration, you're doing a great job, and I know it's tough. We've been there, we've done that, and don't give up. Just keep forging ahead. It's all good from here, so just to let you know, we're behind you guys 100%, and if you need anything, you know how to get a hold of us, obviously. And we're looking forward to next year. We're going to have, what they call, 15 people on probation, so we're going to have a lot of babies we're watching, as we want to call them, join our departments. So it's going to be challenging for you guys. You're going to be short as far as officers go, but you're also going to be having to care for these men and women that we're hiring here in the next 2 weeks. So just, again, good luck, and if you need anything, let us know.
Thank you, Commissioner Bowman.
Attorney comments?
I would like to echo the congratulations to Officer Shaparsky and Cisco Rodriguez for the recognition that they both recently received, and echo the congratulations to Chief Campbell, Chief Cooney, and Chief Ashley for the appointment, and to really share what Chief Ashley said, that lines of communication should always be considered open if we're to do what we are expected to do and do it well. And I look forward to working with you as you take on some of the most challenging work that can be taken on in law enforcement, surprisingly. That comes from a former administrator. There will be times, without doubt, when you look back on the time in the trenches when you long for those days when faced with some of the challenges that being an administrator brings. But you're in the position you're in because there are those that believe you bring a skill set and talent and personality that is right for the job. And so I look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
City Council?
I too would like to echo my congratulations to the three chiefs, as well as the commissioners for help steer this department in the right direction and holding it together. If I can be of any assistance, please call me as far as the council go, and I will share that with my constituents, and we'll do what we can to assist. We're all concerned about the department, the community at this time, and we're going to all chip in and do whatever we can to make it right and to overcome that hurdle.
Thank you. Public comments? Anybody from the public want to comment? Hearing none, our next meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, December 11th, 11 a.m. Having no other business, can I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
I'll move we adjourn.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Blue, second by Commissioner Plisky. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.